It was really hot. So I came from the snow, and then it was the middle of summer in Brazil because they're the opposite seasons, and it was so hot. And I remember just walking on the street and just being completely sweaty and just being, I'm so gross, but just kind of accepting it. I was like, okay, this is how it's gonna be. It's gonna be fine. But I absolutely loved it. I didn't really have any problems adjusting to like the food or anything. In my first area, I never got sick. The second area, I got a little bit sick from the water, but it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it was an easier transition than I thought, except for the language. That was the struggle. But just Brazil in general, I love it. It's beautiful and hot, but it was good. So it's actually a newer mission. When they created the 54 missions, it was created. And so took part of Campinas mission, the Ribeirão Preto mission, which are like inland in the state of São Paulo. And so Piracicaba is only about like half an hour from Campinas. It's not too far. And so that's the closest temple is in Campinas, but it's just outside of our mission boundaries, so we weren't allowed to go. So it's mostly the inland part of São Paulo, and then there's one city in Minas Gerais, which is the state. It's kind of the northern end of our mission. It's mostly words. I think we had just one district in our mission, and then most of the other ones were stakes. And so it was mostly words. Some of them were pretty small. There was one word, I didn't serve in it, but it was in one of the stakes that I served in, and then it was about 30, I think, was their attendance. So, but it was a ward, so it was small, but mostly words. And they're working on getting the branches into wards and the district into a stake. So when I first got to the mission, it was about 130, and then we got all the way up to about 200, and then it started to go back down a little bit. When I first got to the mission, there were quite a few American elders, but there was only one American sister that wasn't from my group. And then I think they had some visa problems, and so there were girls from my group who never made it. And so we didn't have a ton of Americans, but a lot of Hispanics, a lot of Peruvians, and just people from other countries in South America. And then we started to get a lot more Americans towards the end of my mission. Okay, so my first area was São Carlos, which is a city of about, it's probably about 200,000 people. And then I went to Leme, which is, there's just one ward in that city, but there's two sets of missionaries. And then I went to Poços de Caldas, which is the city in Minas Gerais, and that's a beautiful city. It's really touristy, so that was fun. You kind of see a different aspect. And then I actually was emergency transferred the last 3 weeks of my mission, so I actually served in Piracicaba, but it was only for 3 weeks, so I didn't get to know it super well.